Self-love is within self. It has nothing to do with nobody. It has nothing to do with your mother, your father, your cousin, your sister, your brother. It has nothing to do with that. That is a journey you choose to walk on yourself. That's what I think self-love is. It's inner beauty. That's something you find, bro. It goes beneath the layer of the fucking skin.
So it's within.
It's within, deep as deep as deep. So what do you think self-love is?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Dose. Yeah. Started from the mud, now you see us going up. Numbers never lie, now you see us blowing up. People used to front, now you see them showing up. So what's up? I've been down and out below.
Italy, go ahead, and then we'll go to Albania.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to you like a girl with daddy issues, real daddy issues.
I didn't have one, sweetie.
Well,
so go ahead.
Bro, I'm telling you.
She didn't say you did. She said she was going to talk to you
with
she said she was going to talk to you as a woman with real daddy issues. She didn't say you had daddy issues. See how I stopped that to make the point that she didn't listen to her. She just wanted to respond. That was it.
No, initially when Donovan said something, when you started saying that actually self-love starts from a man, you know, I flinched a little bit because my resistance came out, right? But and then I thought a second and I'm like, wow, that's actually so true, because without it, without my father or without my mother, I won't even know what love is, right?
Exactly. That's where you learn love from first, is your parents. And they are fighting against it.
You grow up, we really do say, oh, you're on yourself, it's your self journey. It is a self journey after you have found out your love, you know, like
the hard
you have figured out who you are as a person and whatnot. But family is number one, what shows you love, what shows respect, shows you values. It's basically who you are. And to me, that's what when I see a female or a male, that's how I wouldn't say judge them, but that's how I will know if they're successful or not, based on the family that they've raised, based on the daughter that they've raised, based on the son that they've raised. To me, that's ultimate success. Nothing else beats that. So that's why I say that I agree.
I agree too. Can I say something?
And then you. Okay, so hold on. You had something, and then you had something, and then we'll throw it back to Tommy and Donovan.
Let's do it.
Right. I don't think you need a man or a father to realize your self-love. Yes, it makes it easier if you have that man figure to teach you what you deserve as a woman coming up. But I don't ultimately believe that you need of a man to realize your sense of worth.
But me as a man, let's say I was a man and you're with me, how can you love me if you don't know what love is? You've never loved a man in your life. And I'm a man, right? How can you love me?
I don't need to love you. I need to love me first before I can love 100%. You.
But how can you know if you love someone if you don't know if you love yourself?
How can I know if I love someone the way the way I take care of myself?
Can we let her finish, guys? Before
it's a journey. So okay, so my father wasn't there, but thank the heavens for my stepfather. Even though the discrepancies are there, I learned through my stepdad what I definitely don't want in a man because of how he raised me. So the lack of love that he gave me only enlightened me in my journey through my years of what I deserve and what I don't deserve. And it took me my sense of self-worth to realize, this I deserve better. Just because you agreed to step into a position that has a woman with 3 kids and you done did it to get your knob bobbed and didn't want to.
Okay, so that's the reason why he came in and took on your mother with 3 kids. It was just to get his knob slobbed. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? This man probably put a roof over your head. He probably fed you. He probably put clothes on your back. He probably took care of you. You didn't say nothing about him touching you or anything. But you're not going to give him that respect? See, this is why I say stepfathers are not respected. They are not respected at all. There's no sense in coming in and taking care of somebody else's legacy. Because guess what? They grow up and they be like that, and they don't even respect the fact that you took in her mother and 3 other kids and 3 kids. They don't respect that. They don't see it. They don't see that. Damn, that's a huge responsibility to do that. That's huge. To take on 3 kids that are not yours. To put food in the kids' bellies of children that are not yours. To take the BS from them growing up and becoming teenagers and thinking they know everything. That takes a lot for a man to do. And not only that, even to basically be with your mother at that point. Because she's probably okay in this stuff. Y'all don't get it? I don't know what else she got to say, but
better just because you agreed to step into a position that has a woman with 3 kids and you done did it to get your knobs bobbed and didn't want to accommodate to the girls coming up. Like,
but no offense though, this is why you have kids with no
Albania, you gotta stop fucking doing that, man. You gotta stop fucking doing that shit.
I love it though.
This is the 3rd or 4th time now.
Sorry.
Stop interjecting. It's extremely rude and it hurts the quality of the show. I'll give you a chance to talk back, but let her finish her point.
I get it.
I know the girls trigger you, but relax.
It's easier. It's an easy journey when daddy's there to love you. But girls, you don't need daddy. If you're the one that don't have a daddy, you don't need daddy to teach you how to love
She's telling these girls you don't need daddy. See, this is what I'm talking about. You don't need daddy. So these young girls watching this, oh, I don't need my daddy. You do need your daddy. You need your daddy for guidance. You need your daddy for structure. You need your daddy to keep you off the pole. What kind of mess is this?
Easier. It's an easy journey when daddy's there to love you. But girls, you don't need daddy. If you're the one that don't have a daddy, you don't need daddy to teach you how to love yourself. You need to acknowledge your worth. What's your value? Where you come from, where you're going, and what does that mean for you, first of all, and for the world in general. I don't need daddy to teach me my love. Because at the end of the day, before I'm human, I am God in form. And that alone deserves all the respect that it needs. And loving the God within me acknowledges
she must be earthy.
My humanity, and I can blah 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 blah.
All right, so you're finished. Sorry, you had it, and then she had something to say.
Yeah,
and
let
me just say something quick.
All right, go ahead.
You know, there's a lot of single mothers out here that raise good men. For those men out here with single moms, and you have to think about those men.
You kidding me with that?
No, I definitely.
Donovan.
Let me talk, Donovan, because you gotta. I know a lot of good men out here, and guess what? I know a lot of women out here that were raised by single moms, and with the guys that are in jail, locked up, who don't have that opportunity to be a father. You got to think about those men that don't have that opportunity, and those moms that actually sat there and raised their child, and their child are successful, nice entrepreneurs, doctors. You know, you got to think about women. You're saying self-love and you need a man, but who raised those men? Who raised those women? Who raised those guys that are locked up that or dead? Or out
single
in the
moms,
streets,
sweetheart.
Exactly. So you're saying
most of the men that are locked up and that are in prison right now were raised by single women. So what point are you making? This girl likes to do a lot of word salad. She do a lot of talking, but in circles. I could see if she was saying something and making points and bang, 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 point after point after point. She's not doing it. She just talks.
Love requires a man. Wow. You're saying self-love requires a man. You got to think about those men and women who did it without a man in their life.
Or a woman.
Or a woman who did it without a man in their life.
There's a lot of
lot of people who self-love when it comes down to it, like I said, I had a dad and I didn't have a dad. But at the end of the day, when it came down to men, that's why the other day we were having a conversation. You're like, do you fuck? I tried having sex on the first date and it didn't work out. I would never do it again because at the end of the day, I know the quality, I know the value I uphold for myself.
Your standards.
So you do not say, I need a man to show me. In a relationship, when you date a man, you see if that man, I've been in an abusive relationship. I that was my first relationship when I was younger. I know for a
she
fact.
is proving the point. She's proving the point. I've been in an abusive relationship. Okay. All right. But that's where you need a dad to come in. So basically, as you're growing up, he shows you the red flags of those relationships and tries to steer you away from being in a abusive relationship. That's what dads are for.
Like that when it came down to it, I don't deserve that. So that self-love from that relationship taught me, okay, the next man I'm with.
So what you're saying is just learn the hard way. Don't listen to, you don't need a daddy. You don't need a father. You don't need a father at all. Just learn the hard way. And then you harden up as time goes on. And then the next man that's not gonna beat you, that's gonna love you and gonna love you unconditionally. He gets the flack from all of it. He gets your attitude. He gets to hear your issues. Because you didn't hardened up because, hey, probably wasn't listening to daddy or a father figure when you were growing up. So you had to go through all these different types of dudes in order to get to the good dude. Then when you get to the good dude, guess what? You treat him like shit.
Need a person that's going to put his hands on me, or I see signs. Those are things you pay attention to. And you're saying that self-care and self-love has nothing to do with each other. But as a person who studied the psychological development.
Here we go. More qualifications.
I'm just saying, you got to think about it. We learn about things. You learn in when you grow. As far as going to school, education, that all plays a part in things that you do. It takes experience, horoscope, all that, whatever you want to call it. But as you grow as a person, just like the facts that you're claiming, those are your experiences.
Here we go.
But there are your experiences. Those are things that
I don't think he was talking in his experiences. I think you were, and the other ladies were talking anecdotal. I don't think he was. I think he was talking more in general. I think he was talking more on the facts of what mostly happens. I don't think he ever put himself personally in it. But listening to all of you, I hear nothing but personal stories.
Those are things that you encounter, just as fact as they encounter something different.
Let's wrap this up.
She just want to
talk.
talk.
This is due respect.
Damn.
This is a bunch of word salad.
Teach your own opinion. You know, your opinion may not be.
Due respect. Okay. This is not an opinion.
Tommy ain't go yet, y'all.
Due respect. This is not an opinion. We're not talking opinions. We're talking about facts.
There's nothing factual. Everything is an opinion.
Tommy,
we feel you.
Everything.
Tommy's gonna go, and then I'll turn it to Bania and then Donovan after.
Come on, Tommy.
I was gonna say, as far as self-worth in the journey, it's a lot. Like at some point, you do realize, hey, you know what? I am worth a little bit more. Unfortunately, the journey to self-discovery and self-worth ends up costing you a lot.
Right. Isn't that what I was talking about earlier? I mean, you shouldn't have to go through all of that. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If we can keep these families intact and we keep the fathers in the homes and everything, things will turn out so much better. So much better. If you can keep the fathers in the homes. But basically what we do is we have kids and we're not married. Father's not in the home. Father's not around. For whatever reason. He could be locked up. But guess what? Like I said, most men that are locked up had a single mother.
Don't you have to lose to win?
Tommy,
that has nothing.
And then we'll turn it to, or do you want me to wait
I mean-
Albania first?
If you have a father, no.
Albania, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's not
You don't
true.
have one all the time.
Here we go.
All I was going to say, I mean, I
I'm
don't.
not saying it's anybody's fault that they don't have a father. I'm not saying you're a bad person.
I know girls with
Sweetheart, I
fathers
really
that
need
are
you to let me
hoes.
finish talking. I'm not saying you're a bad person if you didn't have a father. Okay. What I'm telling you is that if you are a female, you cannot love yourself unless a man loves you first. This doesn't mean you're bad people. Doesn't mean you're emotionally mature. You can get triggered all you want to.
Does that
but
mean
hold on? It's just no, it's okay. It's all right. I understand. You just have to understand. You have to get out of your emotions and your feelings and understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying you are a bad person. I'm saying that if you did not have a father growing up, you don't know what unconditional love looks like. And so you spend your late teens and early 20s searching for unconditional love. And 2 or 3 kids later, you think, you know what? Maybe all of the experiences I have, maybe that wasn't unconditional love. Then you figure it out. Unfortunately, it comes at a huge cost. That's all I'm saying.
Albania, and then we'll turn
No,
it to Tommy.
first. Let him say. what
No,
he
I agree. I agree 100%. I don't agree with the ladies. I think the self-love definitely comes from the father. I don't think, especially us, and it shows. I mean, take it as if you like it or not. Who cares about us? But now it's for the kids, right? And especially with the mothers, not only the ladies who have kids here, but whoever's listening. Please take care of your children, meaning like teach them to have the fathers in their life.
Yep.
Make sure, even if you are divorced, make sure your father or
Keep
the
father in their life, no matter what. See, that's another thing. That's another thing. If the relationship doesn't work out, you and the father just don't get along. Y'all just can't get it. You need to put the children first. And you need to make sure that the children have their fathers in their lives. You need to make sure that they have that guidance from a man, that structure from a man. They can't get that structure from just you. You can't be mama and daddy. You can't do it. So all I'm saying is, just make sure you put the kids first and make sure that the fathers, if possible, is in the children's lives.
father is in the
Yep.
in their life,
Co-parenting.
because
That doesn't
you
always
cannot
apply.
raise
Hey, stop fucking interjecting.
you cannot raise you can be superwoman, you can be whomever you want, you cannot raise a child without any traumas. If you love your child, please do this for your child, and the rest will take care of it, because at the end of the day, you had children out of wedlock. You already made a mistake, if we're going to call it that, but don't let children fall in the same trap as you fell in. Not you personally, but people in
Perpetuate.
general.
No.
Single mothers create the men they complain about.
Yes.
Exactly.
I don't complain about my
Of course
kids, to be honest.
Probably forgot what he said now.
See, she just missed what he just said. I don't complain about my kids, to be honest. He said single mothers create the men that they complain about. Let that sink in.
I'm amazingly saddened right now.
Mm.
A lot of these women here are long-winded and short-sighted.
Yep.
It is sad to watch. It is sad that's why I say repeal the 19th in a lot of ways. Only the matter of fact that the majority of the women don't even know what the 19th is. That
They
tells
don't.
you a lot.
They have no idea. They didn't even know whether they should get triggered by it or not. They're like, the 19th. What's the 19th? Because otherwise they would have been triggered if they knew exactly what he was talking about. But they don't know.
Giving women the right to vote.
When you listen to what we heard, the women were sitting here touting that there's no problem with how they were raised and it causes no problems. Then they talked about the problems it caused, and they don't understand how stupid they sound.
A bunch of word salad. That's all we was hearing. They was talking on both sides Both sides of their necks. That's what they were doing.
You know, I had to go through getting beat by 19 niggas, but I know my worth now. That would sound like, imagine if I told a group of women I had to sleep with 9 T's. I think that's how y'all say it. You can't say the whole word. I had to sleep with 9 T's before I could tell the difference between a real woman and a man.
Oh my God.
Now would they want to sleep with me afterwards and say, well, he's a strong man.
Strong man. You took it like a man.
But you gotta listen to these women. I'm telling you, the reason why, and I feel you, Myron, but you have to understand what this young woman was going through when she just wanted to say something, because we allow, no offense, we allow people who shouldn't be able to finish a sentence to finish a fucking sentence, instead of calling them out on the stupid shit they're saying when they're saying it. So somebody's listening to it and think it's not stupid shit because no one's calling them on the stupid shit. You're saying things that make no sense. This woman is right. This woman is right. She's saying, if you have a situation, I have kids out of wedlock. Am I supposed to tout it because I did it? This is what you hear from women. The stupid shit they do, they think that they have to act like it's good because they did it. Women only see a problem in things that other people did, not with what they did. A true parent, that's why fathers make better parents. Because even if you're a father and you know you have a daughter and you love your daughter, you will tell her to watch out for men, including men like you. Because you know it's a problem and you don't want your daughter to go through the same shit you went through. But these women will sit up there and lie to their kids and have their kids actually fighting on playgrounds to act like their mother's.
They'll actually look. Here's the thing: they'll actually pretend like they ain't did nothing in their young years to their children. That's how you teach them. That's how you teach them. You say, hey, look, don't do what I did. I did it the hard way. I made this mistake. Just like I tell my kids, hey, wait before you have children. Wait. Get established. Wait until you have children. Guess what? I don't have any grandkids. So wait until you have children. Get yourself established.
Virtuous, your mama a crackhead in a hole. I will fight somebody because they said that. And when I go home, guess what my mama is?
A crackhead,
in the hole. So I just fought half the playground over the truth.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Dose. Yeah. Started from the mud, now you see us going up. Numbers never lie, now you see us blowing up. People used to front, now you see them showing up. So what's up? I've been down and out below.